Welcome to Bond. My name is Maimuna Yahaya. Spirituality has been defined in numerous ways. One of such is the operation of a superior being in the universe and below that is above oneself. An interconnectedness between man, woman, and nature and the universe. Whatever you do, no matter your fate, stay committed, stay focused, believe in God. Like they say, if you're attuned to nature, you're attuned to God. Let's quickly see our chant square now.
Ìyàmọ̀dé mo wá gbàre mi o. Bàbá mọ̀dé mo wá gbàre mi mo fẹ́ máa lọ. Òní lọ́jọ́ pé tẹ́ ó padà lẹ́yìn mi. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ní kégún ilé ó sìn mí. Eégún ilé ó sìn mí yóò padà bòdì lóró. Bẹ́ẹ̀ pé kórìṣà ilé ó sìn mí. Òrìṣà ilé ó sìn mí yóò padà bòdì lóró. Bàbá pé kórí ó sìn mí. Òrìṣà tí ń sin ní bí orí ò sí láyé mọ́. Àṣàkẹ́ orí ẹni ní bá ní gbélé ọkọ. Ìyá mi lórí ni kí n mú lọ́kẹ́ mi màmá mẹ́wàá relé ọkọ. Ìyá mi òpómúléró. Òpómúléró mọ jàǹlẹ̀ kan. Ọmọ dúdú rẹpẹtẹ tí máa ṣọwọ́ mi. Àwọn àgbààgbà wọ́n pawó pọ̀. Wọ́n lọ rí rẹ̀ gbé bọ̀ ẹdìyẹ. Ẹdìyẹ yógún. Ẹdìyẹ pogún. Wọ́n lẹ́dìyẹ ò pọ́mọ́ ré. Wọ́n gbẹ́dìyẹ tà. Wọ́n lọ rè fò rẹ̀ ẹyẹlé. Ẹyẹlé yẹ̀yìn méjì ó pa kan ṣoṣo. Èmi lọmọ ògùn yán funfun fàlejò funfun. Èmi lọmọ òṣèbẹ̀ pupa fàlejò pupa. Ojú ń tàlejò. Ojú ń tiyán nínú odó. Ojú ń tọbẹ̀ nínú àwòtán gànran. Ìyá ó bá mi dòdò ọbà kan. Ìyá ó bá mi dòdò ọbà kan. Odòkan tára wájú ò gbọ́dọ̀ bùwẹ̀ tẹ́rù ẹ̀yìn ò gbọ́dọ̀ bùbọ́jú. Èmi Àṣàkẹ́ mo débẹ̀ mo bùwẹ̀ mo bùmú mo bùbọ́jú. Ojú mi wá dojú òge. Ìbàdí mi wá dìbàdí ìlẹ̀kẹ̀. Ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ mẹ́rìndínlógún ló ń bẹ́ ń di èmi nìkan. Ìyàwó mi lọ ẹ fàdúrà sí mi o. Bàbá mo mi lọ ẹ fàdúrà sí mi.
Oh my baby, my honey, no need to spend money. I'm willing to follow you home today. Cause the way that you me, my body is feeling. I need you, my baby, don't stay.
Welcome back. I'm sure you enjoy the diversity of our African culture. Today we have a peculiar couple in the house. We're looking at spirituality. And these two, you will find out a lot about them that you will know that their marriage and union was orchestrated by God. Mr. and Mrs. Ejike Metusela. Today we're in your home and we're looking at spirituality. What is the place of spirituality in a home, in a family?
Spirituality is the essence of life.
Okay.
And when you talk about spirituality, you're talking about, it takes you to the next word, God.
Okay.
Essentially, what is it that keeps the family? Spiritually speaking, it's your relationship with God. It's not a physical thing, it's a spiritual thing.
You have been involved with women, and then tell me, what do you think is the place of a woman in a home as referred, or if we look at spirituality, what is the role of a woman?
The woman is the fabric of the home. First and foremost, if she's not a praying woman, then the home is finished. Because,
really?
Yes, every woman, when I say if she's not a praying woman, the home is finished, doesn't really mean that she must kneel down, she must, revere, appear pious and all that. I think the woman prays all the time. because you wish your family, the husband, the children, everybody around you good, and that's spirituality.
How does it affect the children?
The children are essentially, if you're blessed with children by God, they're essentially why you should be on your knees 24 hours of the day. The woman now said, women pray all the time. Does it mean that men don't pray all the time? We are not too loud about it. But the fact remains that women have this way of showing whatever they're doing. They want people to know. But for us, internally, we know that it's a battlefield, so we don't give any gap. And because you know you don't have any other place to run to but to God, and because you're not going to deal with God physically, it's a spiritual thing. Wherever you are as a man, you know you are the head, figuratively and spiritually. So you know you can't slack. The woman is only a helper.
You don't think that women are closer to God more than the men? Not just because women want to show that they know how to pray well, or people should know and see them pray?
If they are closer to God, if they are closer to God, how come God created man before woman?
I beg to differ. How come God did not allow man to be on his own all the while? I think he found something beautiful and very distinct in a woman, and therefore he said, he went ahead, let me create out of the rib of this man a woman.
Thank you very much. We are the original.
What are we?
We are the original.
Men were made from dust, you remember?
And women were made from whom? From the dust of dust.
From the rib.
Of the dust.
A more refined product.
More refined, yeah.
More refined product. It's a question of semantics. How can a part be better than the whole? We are the original. And it's unfortunate, or it's even fortunate that God created man before woman. Because if God did not do it, if God created woman before man, there won't be man.
Why do you think so?
Said God made the man to go to sleep, touch his rib. Just picture a situation where God has touched the woman, the rib of the woman. She won't sleep again.
Do you agree with him on that?
I don't agree at all. I don't agree at all. I still believe that the world of the man was never complete until the woman was made. Because you take a look at the family, just imagine a man without a woman. I don't know how that family will be, because, you know, what the man does is that he sows a seed and the woman refines the seed and brings out produce, you know, in a way of harvest.
Okay, so when we look at spirituality now, how do we make our children or the byproducts of the family understand what spirituality is and follow it up?
Yes, it's when you lead by example, your prayerful family every day is part of you. You see, there's a saying in Igbo land that when the mother goes to string cord,
say it in me.
When if a family doesn't pray, then how will the children learn to pray? Okay. You see, children tend to emulate what they have seen. They follow examples. So for us in this family, we read different books concerning the Word of God, because many a time we think that these kids are, they're not mature. No. It's even at those tender age that they capture whatever you are planting in. It's a clean slate. And if you have done your bit, when your child sees you every morning on your knees, definitely the child will know that he has to go on his knees too.
Do you have to have an altar in a home to say this is where we must pray, or this is how we go about it? How should it be practiced?
Personally, I think everywhere is altar for anybody. I must not necessarily have, you know, a static altar, because personally for me, when I'm ironing, I'm praying. I prophesy over my children's dresses. If it's my husband's, I prophesy over them. In the kitchen, you have to speak some words as you make the food so that the food will be good. As you go out, you do so, because, you know, what we have today is that everywhere we go, we have challenges. What if you say it must be in this, before this altar, I must pray here, and I go out, if I haven't done it, and a tree falls on me or whatever. So I think wherever we are is an altar, and so we can commune, you know, spiritually with God.
Okay, do you come together as a family when you have to pray in the morning?
Yes, we do most often when we can afford it. Because many a time you find that the children, we wake up first in our bedroom and we pray our own, then we get back to the children. Many a time, because of the time factor, you find either they had prayed on their own because they have learned to do that. But most Saturdays, in the mornings, when we have the liberty of the time, we come out together. There's a family, sing praises and pray. Sundays, there's no alternative. We go to church.
Especially on Mondays, this family will never let the children go without anointing them. Even if it had to be at the corridor, we must do that.
What does that mean to you as a family?
It's the same spirituality you're talking about. It gives you the confidence that you have done what you're supposed to do. Then you leave the rest to God.
Okay, now tell me, whose responsibility is it to provide the spiritual needs of the family?
Good question.
Is it the man, the woman?
Good
Whose
question.
responsibility?
Is the man. Yes, God has made it that the man, being the political and the spiritual head, is the man. But then, you know, there's delegation of power. You can delegate it to the woman because they are more in tune with it. In fact, the antenna can pick dangers far off than the men.
You see, now we're coming to the fact that women are closer to God than men.
I didn't say so.
The antennas can. So what does it mean? What is the implication? What is the deduced meaning?
Yes. The women are more closer
anyway, the fact remains that the woman is meant to look after the house and the man is part of the house. And I want to say it. I have never ever believed that the women are the weaker sex. If you so believe that, then you're deceiving yourself. Absolutely.
I'm happy with that.
They are so
coming from a man.
They are so equipped with so much power that if you play with it, spiritually and otherwise, you get your fingers burnt. So I don't joke with my woman, and she knows that many a time the Lord is over you. I got to go with them. Because whether you like it or not, you're part of the baby in the house. So spiritually speaking, while I am the political head spiritually, she is the administrative head
of the family.
Spiritually, otherwise.
Okay, so
yes.
Tell us, how have you been administering spirituality in this home? Tell us.
Well,
so that people outside can learn from you. Is there a particular way we have to do it? Is it from the mind? Is it just a flow? Or is it something from the inside or something you just know that you have to do?
I want to say to the young ones out there who are about to marry or who are, you know, in their first year of marriage, that the woman should be very, very resilient, positively speaking, not creating, you know, problems for herself. She should have an air of accommodation because she has some stockings to pick, some shirts to keep tidy, and some prayers to pray. Because there are the high times and the low times. And so we really have to be on our guards. And it's especially important because we don't want to let the, you know, the negative thing out there or the mood put you down. Neither do you want to, you know, let yourself lose to the challenges of the day. So I think every minute of the life, the woman prays. It must not be in the name of the Father and the Son. Yeah. Everyone gets to know, you know, especially how she communes with God spiritually. And even with people, because when we talk about spirituality, yes, we say it is God. But then you also have spiritual relationship with your husband, your brothers-in-laws, and people at work. So we've got to be on top.
Talking about brother-in-laws, how do you deal with external influence from in-laws and relatives in your marriage?
I think the very important thing is to know when to open your door and when to shut your door. And shutting your door does not mean shutting it negatively. So many things are done nicely. I believe in relationships. Brothers-in-law, sisters-in-law are all good people. Mothers-in-law too are all good people. Incidentally, for me, I have a mother-in-law I sleep in the same bed with. Whenever she's around, I eat from the same plate with her. I relate with her more than she relates with my husband or he relates with the mom.
That's a lie.
That
was my own mother. I've been relating with before I got married to her. How can she relate more with my mother
than you have?
And I said no.
Okay.
They have a good rapport. You understand me?
Can you sleep on the same bed with your mother?
Go.
I have
You
been
can.
doing that.
Question.
Of course, I have been doing that
Do
before
you
I
do
got
so
married to her.
now?
Do you do so now at your age?
It depends on the condition.
There's no condition that can warrant that. So she has a good rapport
Well,
with your mom.
I have a point there because,
Yeah.
sincerely speaking, I spend hours each time I visit with her. And when she's this way, you know, we spend hours. And if she has a need, I bring the need to him.
You see?
It's your duty. Woman to woman, it's your duty. Fortunately, my father is late. If my father had a need, I will bring it to you.
In talking, you said you want to advise the young ones out there. How long have you been married?
13 years.
Yes,
Has there been any challenge
definitely.
in the last 13 years?
Definitely, every day. In fact, at a point, it was like I wanted to pack it up. I'm saying the truth. But whether you like it or not, these are part of the battles you have to fight in life. Don't pretend. This program is not just about watching people speak. We are supposed to learn. It's supposed to be informative, educative, and otherwise. I'm saying the truth.
Yeah.
Marriage is not a bed of roses. Neither is it a bed of thorns. So what you do is to work on your marriage. And just like you said, there are the high tides and the low tides. What do? Spiritually speaking, if you're before God, He never told you that these things will not come. Challenges are part of life.
Yeah.
Then conflicts are also natural. How you are able to manage those conflicts. Like many a time, you women, you have, the weapons of warfare you have, and how you manipulate it to get us on our knees, that we make a man of myself call a small girl mommy when my mommy is alive. So you know the powers inherent to you. So we are saying that we have had our ups and downs. If not within us, from the outside, externally and internally. And because of that bond we have in our conviction that our sustaining power is God, we are not moved, we are not faced by the challenges, because these challenges are the things that will take you to the next level. So many a time, between the two of us, if they're so serious, we go naked before God. I'm telling you the truth. And there's nothing
Together?
Yes, we do.
You go naked together?
We go naked before God.
There have been issues.
There are issues, not even have, because they're not even in the past, they're still present.
Yeah.
If the occasion demands it, we'll go there, and God has never disappointed us.
Tell us, what has been the most challenging aspect of your living together as husband and wife?
Most challenging? I must be very honest with you. Most challenging for this family is that I do a job that oftentimes takes me out on the spur of the moment.
Okay.
Takes me out on the spur of the moment, so that's a challenge.
His job is also like that.
But mine is more than his. I'm sorry. Mine is more than his. And I said on the spur of the moment, because sometimes I'm coming home and a call comes and I pack a bag and the next day I'm gone.
Yes, that's a part of what we're saying. Marriage, when you say you're married like they say in the course of wedding you for better, for worse. And again, if you believe that what you're doing, that in life there are crosses you must carry. Whichever one God has given you, don't wish to carry someone else's cross. Carry your own cross. Because God can never give you anything that is way above you. Just like she has said, we have accommodated each other, we have stood in the gap for each other, and despite our shortcomings, we look at ourselves and say, you are the best thing that has happened to me. You speak positively to each other, and there is a power in the spoken word. When God wanted light, He never called the electricians. He said, let there be light. So, despite these things,
Okay, so tell me, how have you been able to manage your home, your career, and his activities?
A big question.
As an actor, a politician, and the head of the family.
A big question there, because it's actually, at a point, actually, like he rightly said, at a point, it was not just his issue, it was also mine. We thought we were going to just say, no, this can't continue. honestly, because the challenges as at that time were enormous. He was not home because of the business you know about today. But we had to really call ourselves to order because we were almost going to live like strange bedfellows for that period. You know, this person is out there and another person is the other way. So, but we actually looked at our situations and at ourselves, and we came together, you know, at a table, and we decided that certain things had to be dropped.
Okay. How did you come to that realization? Did something happen? Or you just suddenly realize, okay, he's not always at home, I'm not always at home, and then so we have to come together. How did you come together? How did you realize that we have to do something?
Well, I'm sorry, I will come in here.
Did somebody intervene?
No. You see, we are very practical in what we do. And I will give it to her. I'm not trying to humor her. Many a time I wake up in the night, you know, the normal husband-wife thing, you know, you want to feel your wife, she's not there. By the time you know it's that she's cooking at that time or ironing or doing whatever, at the end of the day, you still find, say, at what point does this woman sleep? And you wake up as the man, shower, I'm off to work, and she goes to work, comes back again, feeds you, and still takes care of the children. I'm giving it to her, but I know that it's the grace of God upon her life. And most probably because growing up, she never worked in her family. Do you understand me? She was the artful dodger. I worked as a child. I started cooking early. So maybe she's paying for what she didn't do as a child.
As a child?
Yeah.
Ask her if he was there. Ask her if he was there.
Were you there?
I got to know.
Ask him, I beg to
Were
say.
you there?
Ask him if he was there.
You got to know.
But now I must say, she's a hardworking, industrious,
Say it, oh.
and loving a woman. I'm blessed.
Thank you.
All right, we encourage you to keep your marriage in one tact. No matter what the challenges are out there, we know that the world throws a lot of things at you, but your reaction and your attitude to it is all that matters. On Born Today, we have Fifi Oven saying, enjoy your marriage, renew your marriage vows. Let's have this. Okay, this is Barrial. You can taste the wine. Oh, someone's doing something.
That's part of it.
Wine, vaccine. Okay, here is a lovely piece of fruity-looking cake from Fifi Ovens. She's saying, enjoy your marriage.
It's for me.
You can renew your vows.
Who said this for you?
It's for me.
What would the kids say?
They don't eat cake.
Really?
Okay. If that's for you, this is for me.
Good.
Oh, this looks very feminine.
Oh, you need to taste it.
Thank you very much to
Fifi Ovens.
Fifi Ovens and Bar.
And thank you to Bar Royal for this. It has the color of my clothes.
Yeah.
And thank you to Bond.
Thank
every
you.
one of you, the crew, and everyone.
Let me tell you one spectacular thing. When I saw her, the very first day I saw her in 1983, in a crowd of about 1,000 something, I moved with two of my friends. I said, come, I don't know that lady up there from Adam, but we walked up to her. I got to her, I said, lady, I don't know you, but I know that in future we have something to do together. That was in 1983, Maria Regina Neu.
How? You just saw her and realized that we have something to do together?
We went for this
we
seminar.
just left secondary school then and
came from
we went
different
for
schools.
recruitment.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
You must be very bold. From secondary school, you were telling somebody we have something to do.
I was a teacher then, and she was teaching in a girls' school. I came from my...
We were
so
just
I wasn't...
recruited to teach.
The fact is, if I look back, it's what encourages me that whatever we profess from our mouth and believe it, it comes to pass. Something, a prophecy I made in 1983 was actualized in 1998. We are humbled. I believe it will. People will learn from what we are saying.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this program.
We're grateful that
Thank
you
you
had
very
us
much
on
for
your
the
home.
crew.
The heart that captured my heart. And now we beat as one. We beat as one.
Someone asked me sometime, what's the importance of spirituality in the family and whose responsibility is it to instill spirituality in the family? Well, what we really need to understand is this: whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not, the human person is basically spiritual. That's the reason he has such an insatiable desire that nothing, no material thing, can satisfy. Spirituality is what gives character to people. It is what makes people, really accountable. If there is no accountability, there is no real development. And this is something that's so very important as the family, begins to evolve, as the family grows, as it moves from one generation onto another, from the parents onto the children, who become the next generation of parents, and therefore the next leaders, as it were, or the next makers of the society.
If you think that you have enjoyed yourself today, like we have enjoyed ourselves bringing this program your way, join us same time next week on Bunny.